One of my friends on Facebook tagged me in a post involving this individual here. And if you don't know who this is Jussie Smollett. He currently plays on the show Empire, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with that show, even if you don't watch it. But um if you're not too familiar with him, you should be familiar with his sister Journey Smollett, and you know she played in that movie Eve's Bayou. She used to also have a recurring role on the show Full House. You know, she's been acting a lot throughout the 90s, and she was on the show Underground, which I'm still pissed that they canceled because that was a damn good show. And she's also about to be Black Canary in the new Birds of Prey movie. But anyway, when I was tagged in this post, I'm like, okay, what's going on with him? Like, did he say something that has to make me call him out too? But no, this actually caught me by surprise. And when I looked at it, I said, let me Google this to make sure that this is an actual legit story. And it turns out that it is. So Jussie Smollett had to be rushed to the hospital because he was the victim of a hate crime. They said two unknown individuals wearing "Make America Great Again" hats uh cornered him at 2 a.m. in the morning on this morning, or recently I should say, and tied a noose around his neck and was attempting to lynch him. And when I was like, what? Like that was my initial reaction to this. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And then I had to sit here and also say to myself, I wish hopefully he was not. Okay, it's pretty obvious that he had to be by himself because I highly doubt anybody else, he would be there with anybody else and they would just let that go down the way that it did. And I said, I really need to research this and see what else is going on. So I pulled up this article from People, and we're going to go through it and see what else we can find out about it. It says Empire star Jussie Smollett hospitalized as police investigate apparent hate crime. Empire star Jussie Smollett was transported to the hospital after he was the victim of an apparent hate crime Tuesday around 2 a.m. So it happened today. If I don't get this video up by today, just know that today is Tuesday, January 29th in Chicago. Now, Empire is filmed in Chicago. So 9 times out of 10, that's why he's there. TMZ first reported the news. The Chicago Police Department confirmed in a statement that a member of the hit Fox show was involved in a racially charged assault battery, though they did not name Smollet. It says the statement continues. A 36-year-old man was walking when two unknown offenders approached him and gained his attention by yelling out racial and homophobic slurs towards him. Now, if y'all are not familiar with his character on the show is a gay character. The offenders began to batter the victim with their hands about the face and poured an unknown chemical substance on the victim. At some point during the incident, one of the offenders wrapped a rope around the victim's neck. The offenders then fled the scene. The statement adds that the victim was transported to Northwestern Hospital and is in good condition. Smollett's reps did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. TMZ reports that his attackers allegedly yelled, "This is MAGA country." People has not been able to independently confirm this. The blast obtained a recording of the 911 call concerning the incident, in which the dispatcher says friends reported that Smollett was assaulted when he walked out of his apartment. So it's almost like they were waiting for him as soon as he came out. It says Smollett, age 35, first spoke publicly about being gay on the Ellen DeGeneres show in 2015, though he said he never considered himself to be in the closet. He said, "There has never been a closet that I've been in," he said, adding that deciding not to talk about his personal life is not an attempt to hide or deny who God made me. "There is without a doubt no closet that I've never been in," he reiterated, and I just wanted to make that clear. In a statement about the attack to the Hollywood Reporter, Glad said it reached out to Fox and Smollett's team to offer assistance. It says, "Jussie is a true champion for the LGBTQ people and is beloved by the community and allies around the world," the statement says. That's crazy. That's very wild. I was not expecting to get a story like this. But let me just say one thing here, because I know that a lot of people in the gay community love to say that it's black people who are the most homophobic. If these individuals were wearing MAGA hats, Make America Great Again hats, 9 times out of 10, it was either A, white people like I'm assuming that they were, or B, Kanye West. I mean, Kanye West loves to wear that Make America Great Again hat. He's from Chicago. Then he said he was moving back to Chicago. But I highly doubt that Kanye would even do something like this. So hopefully, they do find whoever they are. And it's crazy because, see, they're going to really do a thorough investigation on his behalf because of two things. One, because he's a television star. And two, because he is a gay man. And one other thing I got to mention here before I even end this video. I remember a couple years ago, someone had tried to invite me onto this Facebook page that was involving people who are quote unquote biracial or mixed or whatever. If y'all didn't know, Jussie Smollett, Journey Smollett Bell, because she is married, and I want to respect the fact that she's married by mentioning her name, and the rest of their siblings have a white father and a black mother. So technically, in the eyes of many people, they would be considered mixed or biracial. But when I was in that group, I ended up going back and forth with someone who claimed that being mixed and biracial was completely different, or a completely different group than black people. And one thing that they said that made me end up leaving the group, because I was going to end up leaving the group anyway, was them saying that we don't get racially profiled like those who are completely black. And that's when I knew that person in particular was completely delusional. I wish I could see them right now and say, here's your example of it right now. And not only is this person quote unquote biracial or mixed, but he's also famous. So what you got to say about that? And speaking of famous, this also lets you know that people who are famous can be the victims of racism. And of course we know that to be true. But this one right here took me aback, because he actually could have died. Like, we don't know what chemical they poured on him. And that noose, who knows what they would have did if they were able to be successful in whatever it is they were trying to do. Most racism that we've seen when it came befalling a famous person usually went no further than maybe some racist messages or graffiti, such as what happened with LeBron, and amongst some other things. But to actually see it be taken to this scale, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But I'm sure that his family and his co-stars and his reps are definitely going to be handling this situation. I'm sure they got some good lawyers and people on the team to take care of this situation. Hopefully they do find the two individuals who are responsible for this. But let it just be known that it doesn't matter that if you are a famous person, if you are quote unquote mixed or biracial, or if you choose to live an alternative lifestyle. At the end of the day, these races only see you as one thing, and that is black, and to them, that alone is a threat.